Next thing we're going to look at is setting our pixel to be a random color. Okay. Now, right now, it's setting it to be a random pixel, but we have the color set every time to just green. Now, as we learned in the last video, there's random, right? LED count. So we could use a random function, but it's going to make a really like weird crummy color. So full colors are typically like just two of these combined or a single one color. When you start mixing them, you get these straw colors, these like pastel teal colors. They're not very like vibrant or fun. They're kind of lacking, kind of grayish when it comes to color. So we're gonna look at how to select a random color on the NeoPixel library. Okay. So first thing we got to do, we got to understand two things. Okay. So let's go over to our web browser, and I'm gonna type in NeoPixel Uber. Okay. We're gonna find that Uber guide by Adafruit here. Okay. So Magic NeoPixels, Adafruit NeoPixel Uber guide. Cool. Okay. So it has a little video. It explains a lot of the stuff we talked about. Uh, let's look at software, and let's go to library use. Okay. Everything we need to know is in here. Okay. Well, everything we need to know for command wise is in here. So it explains what we explained under the basics. Okay. Very important. Strip.begin, strip.show. Okay, set pixel color, our favorite command so far, right? How that works. Okay, blah blah blah. We're gonna scroll down. This is our fun area here. Okay. So we have this command called strip.colorHSV, which is a very fun command. Okay. So this is gonna be a 16-bit number. Okay. Keep that in mind. 16 bits from 0 to 65,535. Okay. So let's take a look at one more thing here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is go to arduino.cc, our favorite Arduino reference page. Okay. Documentation, reference. And I'm going to scroll down. So here's the functions, here's the variables, and here's the structures. Under variables here, let's take a look at integer, because an integer is a 16-bit number, right? Except for one thing. It can be negative or positive, right? The first byte is whether it's negative or positive. So it can only go between negative 32,000 to positive 32,000, right? We don't quite want that. We need to go from 0 to 65,000. So we need to find another variable to hold that data, okay? So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to look at word. So word type variable is another 16-bit variable, but it's got the range we need, and it's got a very convenient range we need, okay? So 65535. Perfect. Cool. So let's take a look at our Arduino now. Actually, yeah, let's take a look at our Arduino now and start typing in some code. Okay? So what I'm going to do here is currently it's setting that random pixel to green, right? Okay. But instead of setting it to green, instead of me setting these three colors in the code here, what I'm going to do is do a strip dot capital C other capital HSV. All I'm going to do is give it a random value between 0 and 65,535. So 65536, right? Because it'll never actually be that 6, it'll be 5.999999. Okay. So let's click on our last parentheses, make sure we got everything inside her. Nope, we don't. So first of all, a random parentheses need to be enclosed. Our ColorHSV parentheses need to be enclosed. Our stripped up set pixel color parentheses also needs to be enclosed. So one more parentheses. There we go. Okay, I'm going to hover over it, and I see that it's soft highlighted over there. Cool. So it's going to set a random pixel, right, to a random color on the color wheel. Back over here. Right? So as we go up from colors, we get different colors on the wheel, and it fades into each other very nicely here. And we'll be playing with the fade in just a second too. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to hit upload. I'm going to make this window a little bit smaller so you guys can see the, there we go, the semicolon. Cool. That way our code looks correct. All right. So now we're flashing all sorts of fun colors. Okay, kind of cool, right? So we've talked about how to turn on a pixel, how to change all the pixels, how to set a random pixel, and how to set a random color. All right. So let's look at how to fade through these colors incrementally. Okay. So what I'm going to do, all this beautiful work you've done, delete it. And hit enter here. But out here in my global area, I'm going to create a variable called color. Now, we just looked up a good variable type to use. I'm going to use a word type variable. Word color semicolon. Okay? So under our loop here, all I'm going to do is do color plus equals 100 semicolon. Okay? That's it. Then I'm going to do a strip dot set pixel color. Start my parentheses. I'm just going to do the fourth pixel, which is pixel 3. Okay? 3 comma strip dot capital C other capital HSV. And I want to use that color. And that parentheses and the set pixel color parentheses semicolon. Okay? Strip dot show start parentheses and parentheses semicolon and a delay of like 10, something really small, semicolon. Okay? So let's take a look at this and let's talk about why it works and why it doesn't like stop working. Okay? There it goes. It's going through the colors, right? All the way purple and back to red. So, you might look at the code and think like how does keeping to increment this like why does like when you go beyond it, right? It says 65535 plus 100 is 65635, which isn't on the color wheel, right? Well, let's go back to our Arduino reference here. This value can only be this variable can only be between 0 and 65535. If we were to add 100 to this, it would literally equal 100. Okay? Well, it would equal 99, I guess. Because 65535 plus 1 equals 0. Okay? Now, I might go into this in another video. Just take my word for it. It's basically because that 1 occupies the 17th bit, while all the first 16 bits are equal to 0, making it equal 0. But, yeah, that's a very complex reason why that happens. But basically, you add 1 to 65535, and if it's a word, it's going to equal 0. So if we go back to our code here, this is just going to keep looping and keep changing colors on us, okay? And it's going to do that forever. Nothing's going to get in its way, okay? So that's how we set things to random colors, right? Strip.setColorHSV color random, right? I can make it random between 0 and 65535. Or I can actually create a variable called color. I can increment color up, and I can set the strip to color HSV to that color. Show it and change every 10 milliseconds, which is going to give me this nice little fade. Anyways, that's how you use the ColorHSV. We're going to be using that a bit really soon. Thanks for watching.